Okay, this is Imani here with the fifth segment of the Mindful Millennial, and we have a special guest, a repeat guest, my favorite aunt, Ramonica, the bold chick. But today we're not here to be bold, we're here to do fawn talk. And we're just kind of going with the flow because this is one of those chill nights where y'all are just a part of the conversation. So without further ado, yeah.
Hello. Good evening.
Hey, how are you?
Fantastic. Happy to be here.
Wow, in the flesh.
Absolutely.
This is so much better for me, honestly. So I feel like I asked you about one I feel like we talked about it on the last episode a little bit, but I would like for you to kind of explain what it is and where it came from.
Cool. So FAWN is an acronym. The acronym is Fully Activated Woman Now. And really each one of those words individually like means something to me, but like 2022, January 8th. A guy woke me up about 4 in the morning. He was like, hey, look, these people have faith and they believe in me, but they don't believe in themselves. So your job is to help them to believe in themselves so they can be fully activated in the gifts that I have given them. Each woman has something unique about her, which means young ladies, you don't have to compare yourself to other people. I get it. It's what happens in the world and in society, but each person has been given a purpose and a certain way to carry out whatever the vision is that they've been given. But because people are on social and they get stuck on comparison, oftentimes they don't do it. And it's not just comparison. Sometimes it's perfection. It's like a number of things, but those are the things that really stop you from getting to your purpose because you're like, well, I don't have 10,000 followers, 100 million followers, so I can't do this because what if this? And it's like, you could live and play out your whole life saying, I can't do this until this happens. But the truth of the matter is, you have to really focus on who you are, who you were called to be, who you were called to serve, and then just focus on being that person to serve your crew of people and really like letting go of the number. I know it's hard, like real talk. If you're on social media, who doesn't look at the numbers? But the more you think about the purpose over the numbers, like you're going to have some better results because then it's really like now you fawning, you in your fully activated woman now, phase.
Right, exactly. And that's kind of why we're having fun talk tonight because
Dang, my answers be
some
about 20 minutes long. My
who
bad.
cares? Y'all heard what she said. But
Woo.
I feel like having fun talk is important because a lot of women my age and even women your age do not have
Oh,
any
yeah.
type of confidence or sense of direction, sense of just being an individual. So it's like these kind of conversations that I feel like we have are important to be said, which is why I'm at the point where it's like, yeah, let's record it because what you say is valuable to me. I don't care if your answer was 40 minutes. You said what you said and it needed to be said. So we gonna dive into some of the stuff I feel like we talked about off audio, off camera that other people should hear. And I would love to talk about this no BS campaign. Beauty suppression is a very, very, I think that's a problem for a lot of women. And that's one of those things where it's like you ain't even realize it until somebody mentioned it. And it's like, dang, so we all live the same life. So
Yeah.
when you said beauty suppression the other day to me, it hit me like a brick wall, like in my chest hard. And I was like, dang, this is really what women go through.
Yeah. So beauty suppression really beauty suppression came from, I saw a girl post that she wanted to get like her makeup done and get a wig, right? And somebody like 60, 70 years old said, you don't need that. You're already pretty. And I was like, what the whole, what the fuck? Okay. When I say what the bop bop, I really mean what the okay? That's what I'm really meaning.
Right.
I'm like, wait a minute. If you think about the beauty industry, people in the beauty industry are beautiful. Okay. So here this old lady is telling this younger girl, you don't need a wig and you don't need makeup because you're already pretty, which insinuates to me that only ugly people would need it. And I'm like, so who's ugly? Because I don't be looking at folks like they ugly. I mean, if somebody look like concrete, that's different. But I'm talking about, I think all women are beautiful in some way. Okay. We all look different. Somebody got a big nose, somebody got a little nose,
Beauty
big ass
shows
eyes.
differently regardless.
Exactly, right. You could be beautiful, but your inside, the way you handle and treat people, your emotions are wrecked. So you really like, that's not pretty. Okay.
Yeah.
But so when I saw that, I was like, we got this thing twisted. But see, some of this goes way, way back. Here go one of my 20-minute answers. But some of the stuff goes way back in time where people said, if you wear makeup, you covering something up. I ain't covering up nothing. I like makeup. So why do you care? Because your check ain't paying for my makeup. So like, what are we even talking about? And then this is what really like pushed me over the edge with it. Please tell me when you have ever seen a beauty ad, a beauty campaign, a picture on Instagram of someone who was repping somebody's makeup brand and in air quotes, that person was ugly. The people in the beauty industry are beautiful. So for someone to say you don't need makeup because you already pretty insinuates to me that you think only ugly people wear it, which it don't matter. When I read that on Facebook, I was like, what the whole hell? I was like, this is crazy-ish. That's what I was thinking. And I was like, wait a minute. This is about beauty suppression. Now it gets deeper. If you think, can I go here or we need to pause? Okay. So if you think about a baby, what do we say when you see a baby that's real pretty? She's so pretty. Oh, your baby's so pretty, cute, pretty. Okay, great. Then your little girl, now she 2 years old. She got a little Easter dress on. Oh my God, she's so cute. Your dress is so cute. Oh, her hair's so pretty. We are celebrating beauty with little young people. By the time you get to first grade, you still good. Second grade, somebody's starting to notice that now you are really standing in your beauty. And what happens next is freaking ridiculous. And I see it happening more in the brown community. I'm not white, so I don't know. But I see it happening in the brown community. Oh, look at her. She thinks she all that. Wait a minute. When I was 2, I was beautiful. And now I'm this same beautiful person, but now I think I'm all that. And to me, by the time you get to junior high school, people talking trash about you. Why? Because they think that you pretty. So wait, I'm supposed to walk around thinking I'm unattractive and I look a hot mess. Like I don't get it. And by the time you get to high school, they're ready to fight you. And by the time you get to college, they done labeled you into which sorority you need to go to. And then it is a progressional thing of where at one point I was celebrated as a young person for being beautiful. And this is the sad part. And then by the time I'm an adult, I think I'm all that. So I was like, this is some BS. Bullshit BS. But what it really is, I coined the phrase beauty suppression. It's because I'm a woman and I'm aware of who I am. Young ladies listening, you're aware of who you are. You celebrate your looks. I'm talking about the person who's like running around like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm pretty, I'm pretty, I'm pretty. No, boo, not that. We're not talking about that person. We're just talking about the woman who is confident, who knows who she is. You like the way you look. You don't care if anybody else likes the way you look. I do what I do. I put on whatever hair I want to put on. I put on whatever lipstick I want to put on. I wear what I want to wear because this is what I like. I feel like if someone doesn't like how I'm rocking the look, baby, you ain't got to look at me. That's how I feel about it.
That's
period. And so the fact that someone would tell someone you shouldn't do this because you're already this. No, you suppressing my beauty. You are trying to hold me back from my highest level of beautification. And I don't like that. I don't like to see women suppress their beauty. Furthermore, if I have some sisters who are listening who are 35, 40 and over, sis, just because you didn't hit 40, baby, everything you wear don't have to be like a floral print. I'm talking about the big mama floral print. Ain't nothing wrong with you rocking what you want to wear. Like, do your thing.
Literally. Y'all
Okay.
paved the way anyway. So it's like,
Yes.
yeah.
That
It's a
part.
confidence thing. You know, people got to work on it. That's why the FAWN talk is so necessary. But when it comes to acknowledging things like, okay, I have been suppressed and I am working on tearing down this wall and just shining bright no matter who sees it, who feels it, whatever, stuff comes with that. And you have to, you know, make time for yourself, recharge your battery and stuff like that. And I feel like I know that side of you because, you know, this ain't no play, we blood. So I get it, but I feel like this is one of those spaces where you can kind of talk about how you know, what you do in your free time, what you consider is your unfiltered type of relaxation, you know, put my feet up. And I know, you know, we listen to music. Like my aunt will come and we'll listen to music, you know, whatever. She's like, have you heard this song or this? And it'll be good stuff. It's not, you know, nothing crazy. It'll be soulful, something for the moment. And it's like, okay, so when she unwinds, sometimes some of that free time she dedicates to her family. So it's nice to get that look. I just want to be me in peace. Like I know the real her versus her being a coach to y'all. So I would love for her to just tell y'all why it's necessary to lay back, not think about what other people expect of you and just really breathe. Cause I feel like that plays a part in being an activated woman. You have to be self-aware.
Yeah. So hearing you say that really made me think of something else. So I'm going to get to it. So one, I see a lot of people who say they burn out on social media. I see a lot of coaches
Yeah.
and consultants just say, hey, look, I'm done, or I need a break. I need a break. I don't be feeling like I need a break from social media. Number one, I don't show up on social media when I'm feeling worn out. And people know that. I have said this before on social media. If I'm not feeling like the highest version of myself, I'm not showing up. And I'm a little bit different because I know people come and, you know, they be crying and snotting, you know, on social. And that's fine. If that's your brand, that's what you do. I'm not knocking that. But that's typically not me. Now, have I cried on social media before? Yes. I have. And I don't mind crying, but I don't be like, okay,
Internally.
yeah, I don't be like, okay, I'm feeling very vulnerable and I'm getting ready to go on social media and I might just cry that's not me. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying, remember, I'm a certain age and of a certain age, we were told certain things and it just becomes who we are. It's like a part of our DNA. And Eddie Day raised me. So it wasn't no whole bunch of like crying and whimpering. He didn't suppress my feelings. He just like helped me reshape my thoughts. And so my thoughts were bolder and more confident than someone else's who might have been crying, which honestly back in the day, I thought crying was weak. Yeah. I mean, like plus when I went to corporate too, they were like, hey, ain't no crying up in here. So coming from my generation of the 70s, then you get like, you just not gonna let people push you around. You're gonna let them know who you are. Then you got your parents affirming you. Then you go get a corporate. Nope. At college, you playing a corporate game unknowingly. Yeah. And then you get to corporate and they're like, you look around. For me, it was like I was the only black and the only black woman in my space. It's no room to cry. So I'm going to be showing up as the best version of myself, not a fake me, the best version of me. Meaning some days I'm going to look great. And some days, like what we talking about right now, it's not necessary for me to do that when cause this is my career. This is my company. This is my job. I'm a personality. Like I'm like a Oprah personality. Oprah ain't walking around every day in an Armani suit, hair laid to the gods and back. And when it's her and Statman, she might be sitting up in her thongs, chilling and flexing in his lap, sipping a glass of wine. I don't know. So when I'm with my family, I'm not on socially. So I believe social is that when you show up on social media, you need to be social if that is your career, if that's where you market, if that's where you interact with people, you need to be social then, right? But I have my days where I'm like, nah, I don't feel like it today. My mood is off today. So why would I bring funky negative energy to social media? But it's not just social, it's in real life. If I'm scheduled to go out to lunch with you, and I'm just not feeling it, you know, I'm gonna call you and be like, I love you to pieces. but I ain't feeling it right now. And so why do I need to show up with funky energy? Because you might be living your best day that day. And I don't want my energy to influence how you are feeling, because I know my energy is powerful. I know I can shift the room good or bad. And I always want to be shifting things in a positive direction, not in a negative direction. So when my energy is down, I don't film. I just take that day for what it is. I don't want to call it an L. It's just a day where I'm not doing anything. It's a day where my feet might not have lotion on it. It's a day where my hair might not be combed. It's a day where I'm going to put on my sleep shirt and I'm going to walk around in that. And I feel good about that. And I'm going to walk past the mirror and be like, "Ooh, you look a mess, but hey, we good over here." Why? Because I don't have to be on every day. I do get to take a break, which is why I probably haven't felt like, "Ooh, I need to take a break from social media." Like, I really can't think of a time where I have gone on social media and made a post and said, "I'm finna take a break from social media and I'll be back in 2 weeks." Most people that put that up, like, they be lasting like 2 days, and just go take a damn break. You ain't gotta announce it. I have taken a break before.
Right.
And when I came back from the unannounced break, I said, "Hey, I took me some days off." I asked my boss, if I could take some days off. I just been chilling. I ain't been doing nothing. My thoughts have been absolutely nowhere. I liked it. It felt good. But okay, I'm back. And let's talk about what that break felt like. People don't know what that's like. And I get it. It's a lot of younger people on social media that never worked a corporate job. And there's nothing wrong with that. But because of that, they poured everything into all things social, because you love it. It's your job. It's your business. But they also probably never took real breaks either, like mental health breaks.
Definitely.
Like, you don't always have to be on. Everything ain't for the gram. Do I always record content? Sure. I'm not always in front of the camera though. I might be running the camera, but I'm not in front of it. I'm capturing a moment because I'm thinking about how I could use it later. But hell, my hair might not be combed, and it's okay. So, yeah.
Well, it is what it is. And everybody don't get it. Cause like you say, some people were kind of raised into it and brought up using it. And then there are people that have adapted to it. So they have that kind of balance with it. That's kind of what my next and final topic is balancing reality from social media and knowing how to, like, I guess, how to judge people in your own way. Cause a lot of people don't know that etiquette online and how you treat people in real life, they're not going to be parallel, because online isn't a real place for real. And real life is real life to me. So it's like, I do think people should know. I feel like some people think they have good discerning of spirit, not realizing that just because you read a meme I posted doesn't mean you can read my mind. I need people to kind of understand that you still have to physically communicate with people to know how they're feeling. So it's like, are y'all ready for that or no?
So I feel like social is money. I feel like real life is money. I honestly believe that, you know how, have you ever heard someone say, I've said this, and I think you said it before too. If you drop 10 million on me right now, I'm gonna still be the same person. I'm gonna buy a few different things, but at the core, in my heart, in my mind, I'm the same person. I'm not gonna treat you any different.
Easily.
I know this because, and someone may say, "How you know that?" You can't say that. I know I can say it because I've had my hand on lots of money before. I've had my hands on lots of power before, and I'm still treating people like people. I'm treating them like human beings, always respectful. I don't have a respect for, I'm about to say that wrong. It doesn't matter if you are the janitor or if you are the CEO of Walmart. I'm going to treat you like a human being. I'm not showing more love to the janitor than I am to the dude who is the top of the food chain, because if the dude at the top of the food chain is an asshole, I don't like you anyway. Exactly. Because I'm thinking you're rude and you think you are above everybody. And I'm from the kingdom. So we were all created as one. Some people just hadn't arrived at that point yet. Okay. I digress. Cause I could take there. So let me go here. So money really does not change a person. It may put some extra light on who you really are.
Yeah, like if
right?
you have poor character, don't project that on everybody.
If you have poor character before money, it's just gonna get worse. But if you were already a good person before the money, in most cases, you'll continue to be a good person, which is why you see people who are stars and celebs. You're like, oh my God, I really like them. They seem so down to earth. And then you hear about the other person. You're like, oh my God, I heard they were like a diva in the negative kind of way. And so that's because that's who they always were. The money magnifies it, right? So for me, who I am on social versus who I am in real life is basically the same person. Now, do you get maybe an extra dose on social? Sometimes.
Right.
Do you get an extra helping if you catch me on a good day and I done had a glass of wine in real life when we hang out and kick it? Yes. But at the core of it, you're going to get Ramonica. Period. And who I am on social is slightly different. Why? Because it's my business. I'm there to motivate people, inspire people, call them to action.
You said
Get them
best.
to
We're here to be
believe-
social.
Yeah, to be social. So it's the same, but it is slightly different. It's like when you comb your hair to go to work versus at night you tie your hair up to go to bed. You're not wearing your hair like you go to bed to the office and vice versa. So that's kind of like how I look at it. This is how I make my living. This is how I impact lives. And so I don't know if I can be fully impactful if I show up unkept. And I don't mean that I feel like I got to be a beauty queen every day. But I just mean me as a person, I believe in certain things. And because I believe in certain things, that determines how I show up. Much like, ooh, I gotta go here. Much like the people that wear hair bonnets out in public. Let me go here. Babe, that's never cute. Why? Because people judge. And you say, what's wrong to judge people? It is. But here again, you know, you've heard it. You can't judge a book by its cover, but low key, you can, because the person who shows up at the airport in a hair bonnet, you never gonna get an upgrade to a first class seat, because sometimes they're gonna throw out an upgrade. If you got a bonnet on, you just miss that opportunity possibly. Versus someone who's just regular, you look presentable. Hey, we got an extra seat in first class. Now I can offer it to you. Why? Because you look normal. Wearing a hair bonnet to the airport ain't normal, and I don't recommend any young lady do it. I literally see people and I tell my daughter this, yo, don't ever let me see you like that. Why? Because we got a whole family name. And if we're talking about making the ancestors proud, I can assure you wearing a bonnet to the airport ain't making your grandmama and them proud. Because they like, damn, we fought for freedom. And now you out here looking like how we don't want you to look. And you may say, wait, isn't this beauty suppression? And wearing a bonnet to the airport ain't a beautiful thing. Now, look, I've been through cancer, so I can speak on not having hair and any of that. Even then, guess what? I'm still looking presentable, and I was not in a bonnet. Was it a pretty scarf tied nicely? Yes. Did at some point I say, F it, I'm just going to go bald? Yes. I mean, not go bald, just wear my bald too. But in some ways, I felt like that was a distraction. What do you mean a distraction? And see, I don't want you looking at me, because even during cancer, bald headed and all, I'm trying to just live a regular life. And while you looking at my head, you done missed everything about me. So I'm going to put a wig on so I could just keep moving. So you're not even focused on that. I need you to focus on what I'm saying, not my head at the moment. So what am I saying, young ladies? I'm saying show up as your best self as often as you can, but especially when you're out in public, because you never know who you are going to meet. And again, I know you might, well, yeah, I'm judging on this one. Don't wear no Snoopy, furry pants and a hair bonnet and a raggedy t-shirt to the airport and then wonder why somebody look past you when they say, we got a empty first class seat, we want to upgrade somebody, and you raise your hand and they look past you. Yes, because if I didn't pay good money for my ticket, I don't want you sitting next to me looking raggedy. I'm just being honest. I don't. Why? Because why didn't you dress up? I mean, you got some clothes, you paid for a ticket, so I know you got some money.
Yeah, it get to a point for me where it's kind of like priorities. Like, I get people in my generation want to stand on um, I guess fighting towards morals and values, and some are just not worth fighting. And this is me, the mindful millennial, saying this. I used to be one of those people that I was like, it don't even matter. Like, I'm just wearing a bonnet. But now I think about it and I'm just like, I could just let it was more of a, like, if I wear a bonnet or a scarf somewhere, it is either raining and my hair is straight or it's humid and my hair is straight. I do not care about what nobody got to say if I got a silk press. But that is, when I think about it, I never really wore bonnets anywhere like that because of how I was raised. And like, I will not wear pajamas like anywhere but maybe sit out. So that's not my house. Like, I don't think I've worn pajamas anywhere that wasn't like up the street. Like I'm hopping out, like it's somewhere where it was like around the corner. So I could understand a girl being like, oh my gosh, like it ain't even that serious. Da, da. But like getting into this podcast, becoming a more fully activated woman, I have learned, especially when I was a CNA, I kind of picked it up after I stopped. Grooming, going to work every day and grooming somebody more than I've groomed myself in weeks is like very telling. And that's not to say I didn't go. I literally rushed to go to work, so it was like I just threw my hair in a bun and called it a day. But I'm going to work and taking my time doing people's hair because it literally made them feel good every day to know somebody got them up, scratch their back, like your nerves. You need to be stimulated as a person, your scalp, all that. Like I'm gonna get health conscious on y'all. Grooming yourself every day literally is just better for you. Like you don't need to miss nothing. Washing your face, but I've been through postpartum depression. I'm not saying this because I'm perfect. I'm saying it because there's a difference between taking care of yourself and not. So it's like some of that stuff is just linked to poor time management, being lazy, and depression. Like a lot of it is just you don't care for, there's a reason why you don't care about how you look. And it could be deeper or it could just be you just ain't got no whole training. We ain't gonna figure out today which one it is, but knowing the difference between looking, you want to be upkept on social media, but don't care in real life. That is a major red flag to me at before this age of 30. You got to get that together for real. Like logically, that doesn't make sense. You want to look good, but in person, better not nobody say nothing. Oh, I would say something because you can't be mad at men for calling catfish. Cause at least when men take them little ugly pictures, they just post them. They don't even care. It's all good for them.
Don't. In real life, this is what I want to leave you with something encouraging, young ladies. It's your brand.
Yeah.
And you know how like the celebs be feeling some kind of way when someone then caught a picture of them when they looking rough and they remember they used to do everything possible to try to keep that out of the magazine. It was like embarrassing, right? Why? Because you are a brand. You are a brand just like they are a brand. See, my grandmother said this one thing to me and it's burned in my brain for life. She said, don't let your name beat you back home. And I was like,
I've heard that.
what that mean? That means we have a name and that name is a respected name. And that respected name was built off of people in your family before you who were doing good things in the community. They were people of moral standards and values. And so people of moral standards and values have respect for themselves, which means they show up in life a certain kind of way. That doesn't mean you can't wear pajama pants. You can wear pajama pants, wear them at the house. Maybe run to the mailbox in them. That's cool. You gotta go run around the corner to pick up somebody, but you're not having to get out the car. That's cool, but running through the mall, the airport, showing up somewhere, that's not cute. It's just not cute. And you don't want them pictures caught of you. Now they on the internet and here come your kid who got standards and morals and values. And they're looking like, why was my mom or my dad dressed like that? Like, and I thought mama said that we need to make sure we always look good just because of our family name, but mama didn't look good. Like, be your brand. And so is your brand a Dollar Tree brand? Are you a Target brand? Are you Nordstrom's? Are you H&M? Are you Forever 21? Like, what's your brand? And do you rep your brand? And I'm not saying you can't be off. I'm just saying get out of the habit of looking raggedy.
Yeah, like even if I got on like pajamas, like say I've got to run somewhere for mail and I got on a regular t-shirt, but I got on like pajama clothes, but the shirt I got on, I would wear somewhere because it's a regular shirt. but it's put jeans on. Like, it's not really like you got to put on a suit and church clothes, but
Right.
you know, show up. Honestly, I feel more comfortable because honestly, when I've gone out, even just somewhere just to pick somebody up and like, even if I'm not getting out the car, I'm just like, why are we, like, I just feel weird going back in the house. I'm like, I just don't like it. But when I don't feel like it, I just don't feel like it. Cause if I'm not getting out the car, I'm not.
People gonna treat you a certain kind of way
When you
look a certain. And I'm not
they
saying
do.
it's right or wrong.
No,
but
it's
they gonna
true.
treat you a certain
It's
kind of
not,
way.
yeah.
If
I'm
you
not
look
saying
good
it's
and you
either,
walk in a room or you walk into anywhere with some confidence, people will get out of your way.
people
They gonna
will
love
play the
you.
field with you if you look a mess.
Exactly. They gonna treat you like you less than. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying,
not saying
it's what it is.
That is, yeah, we're talking about the world and just operating in the world.
Absolutely. And see,
it's-
the work, it's a game. You better learn how to master it or it's gonna master you.
Mhm.
It's gonna talk about you. It's gonna toss you around. You're gonna get overlooked. You gonna say it's cause you black. I'm telling you, it's cause you look a mess.
No, I'm telling you.
People need to stop saying that.
People
They
need to
treat
give
me
some
like this
effort.
cause I'm black. No, it's cause you look a mess.
Give it some effort. Yeah.
Give it some effort.
Give it some effort. Because it's either know how to throw a wig on or have your natural hair tamed enough to where you can just pull it up in a bun real quick or whatever. Like, you ain't got to be top dollar, but you can look polished. It's really not that hard when you got a grip on how to comb through your hair. If you don't know how to do your natural hair, y'all can go ahead and tell me what the next episode needs to be now. Because look.
Yes. Stop saying it's because you black. No, your morals and your values are off. And that's why people treat you like that. You need to get it together. You need to fawn up.
Well, this was Fawn Talking. Thank you for this 5th segment of Mindful Millennial. Wow. Mindful Millennial. Next time, guys.
And they can get who and whatever they want. And for them, they probably, whatever, right? So they coming in with a level of expectation of what you got to do and who you got to be with them. Are you cool with that?
I mean, yeah, but that don't mean I got that. To me, that's not baggage. That's an expectation.
No. I ain't talking about stuff. Every woman bring baggage. You got baggage. I got baggage. We're going to have a relationship with some baggage. It might not be,
but I'm not dumping it on my man. Like I don't.
You're not gonna dump it.
A man gonna do that.
We gonna bring it with us, just like they gonna bring theirs.
That's fine. All I'm saying is what I've gone through and how I know I am as a person. I don't speak for other women and what other women come with. You gotta have bread because people drain me more than I drain myself. I can handle myself and my emotions and my thoughts and my feelings.
So they paying to dump and drain?
I don't want to say that, but like people aren't self-aware. Like you said, people don't be knowing. So
they don't.
That's fine. So if that's a process I'm gonna have to go with you, if I have to go through that with you because we're together or whatever, like, yeah.
This where the young people are different than us too.
Yeah.
Y'all lead with money, but I don't know if that be leading to the happiness because
I think money will make me happy, but where I'm at now and what I've gone through, that is not like that has to be in the equation for me. Now, being this girl, oh, money don't matter. That's not everything.
No,
I'm not saying you are. I'm saying this is how other women my age think. I don't care about that. But what I've gone through trying to do it modestly without considering other material things. Okay, cool. You're telling me in the world there are all these different types of people, including myself, who have baggage, who have these different backgrounds, altered perceptions. That's fine. With what I have gone through and with how I have been raised to cope and equip with the world, I can handle myself. I'm not saying I don't want to let go and let loose on somebody. I'm not saying I don't want that type of connection, but people aren't self-aware because they weren't raised by the same people I was. So I tend to be a healer, a mentor, a shoulder to lean on for others, friend, family, whoever. Yeah, I'm not doing that with a man without it being worth something. Like, I don't want to be doing this and then also on the back end, real life kicks in and I have there's a lot of other stuff that you factor into being an adult. And it's just like, yeah, nah. You got to have money.
Journal?
You got to have money, man.
I want you to journal this.
I should.
Because
I'm going to develop this.
This is a low-key concern for me. I'm in support of you. I want you to get whatever you want.
Yeah.
Your auntie's concern is that's going to be the leader, so you're going to miss some signs of some fuck shit, and you're going from one extreme to the next.
Who was that in the video? Don't even know her name. She snatched the mic from the faculty after graduation, said she wasn't given a chance to announce her full name. This is like you didn't have it out with a whole faculty member. Like, Someone literally said, I pray every wicked day for the Lord to protect me from Gen Z. Like, it's like an animal souls on the internet about something like the revelation. And that and we should hire you, boo. I was gonna say, like college too. We gonna hire you. Where'd you go get a job? Maybe she don't want one. Well, why did you go to college? If this is how you act when something goes off course and you trying to get in a corporate, you're gonna get fired probably like I give you 5 days. This is utterly ridiculous. Said she wasn't given an opportunity to announce her full name and was determined to reclaim her moments. What? What happened? And she smiled. Also, we had some things. So, I was